Good day, everyone. How y'all doing? This is Carla Y Nix with today's inspiration. And as always, I'm happy to be here to encourage you and to remind you that you can live every day on purpose. Today, I want to talk about a sensitive subject. And I was reminded of this as I read an article. I love to read, and the article I thought was empowering, and it's something that, as the article states, many people don't talk about. And that's about miscarriage. Miscarriage, losing a baby. And it states that people don't usually talk about these things. They talk about how happy we are when we learn that we're pregnant. And, it just, miscarriage is just one of those things you don't want to think about. Um, I had a miscarriage. And no, I was not prepared for it. I was not at all. You know it happens, you read the books and what have you, but how can you be prepared? It's a hard thing and it's traumatic. It really is. Some people appear to get over it better than others. Some seem to cope better than others. And but I'm here to say it hurts. It hurts. It's devastating. And as it states, it doesn't matter how old the child was that you lost, because no matter what, that's your baby. That is your baby, and it's a hurting thing. And it also the purpose of the article is also to encourage women to get support and like a somebody that they can lean on. And it pointed out something that I say all of the time because I went through it, was that your spouse, your mate, may not be the best person that you can find to lean on. Why? Not that they don't want to support you and encourage you, because they probably are, but they're also hurting just as much as you are. That's their baby too. They're hurting. I remember when I went through mine, one of the things that really tore me apart was that I felt that my husband wasn't grieving. And I ended up saying, how can you be so strong? Why aren't you crying? Why isn't this hurting you? And he told me, and it was a while later, I guess because he was hurting that bad, but he told me that he said he was hurting and he did cry. It hurt him so badly, but he felt he had to be strong for me. So he held up in front of me to be my rock. And I understood that. But I told him, I said, baby, I mean, we go through this together. We're hurting together. So I encourage couples. The man is being strong, but let her know that you're hurt. I mean, I'm not saying you gotta fall apart, but if you want to, that's fine too. But let her know that you're hurting just as much as she is. It is a horrible thing. Um, And to other people, it's hard. They don't know what to say. They really don't know the right things to say. But I'll tell you this. Let me tell you some of the wrong things to say. The very worst thing you could say is, "Oh, you could try again." Let her and him grieve over the loss of that baby. Would you tell somebody who lost a mother, a spouse, just get over it, or you can try again? No, you wouldn't tell them that because they're hurting, they're grieving. So don't tell them that. They know they can try again. Well, it depends on what the doctor says, but they know that. They're aware of that. Don't tell them also, well, something was wrong with the baby. That's hurting. That is very hurt. They don't need to hear that. They really don't. Let me see what else that you shouldn't say. Well, you have enough children, but you don't have that baby that you lost. Each child is individual. If you have children that were born, is one less important than the other? I don't think so. I don't think so. What you can do is be there. Let them know that you understand the fact that they are grieving. You may not understand what they're going through, but you understand that they are grieving, and allow them to grieve. Don't make them feel like that baby was just a mistake or just something that happened. Because as the article was saying, um, spotting will start, the cramping may start, and you still have not, it still has not sunk in that you're losing your baby. And one of the things that said that doctors would use terms like threatened abortion, which in reality means an impending miscarriage. When I called my doctor and let her know I was spotting, if she would have said you're having an impending miscarriage, I probably would have lost my mind. So, I understand that they don't say that. And as the article points out, they tell you to rest, put your feet up and rest, and that's exactly what I was told. And it didn't sink in until I lost the baby, until it happened. It happened. And it's just a terrible thing. Now that for me was in 1994, May of 1994. So that's like 12 years ago. And I still think about the baby from time to time. I've learned to deal with it. I won't say I gotten over it because that's my baby. That was my baby. I don't get over that. But you learn how to cope and to deal and to live and survive and to go on. And you need to go through all of those stages of grief. All of that. You need to go through it. There is no right way for you to feel. And please, okay, here's the final thing that you should never tell a couple who lost a baby. Please don't tell them don't cry. Don't tell them don't let them cry. They need to cry. You know, tears are not necessarily a show of weakness. Tears are refreshing and it's something that you need to do. Don't stop them from crying. Let them cry. Let them grieve. Let them go through the stages. Let them feel or let them not feel, whatever the case may be. And if you see that they're not reacting as you think they should, if they're all together, if they hadn't shed a tear, don't tell them, oh, you're not, something's wrong. No, trust me, they will cry. It will hit them. You want to be there for them when it does. But it will hit them. Okay? So to you who may have lost a baby recently, or even if it was 14, 15, 20 years ago, or someone who very recently lost a baby, I want you to know that God knows. I know we don't understand because I wrote a poem and I named it My Rose. My Rose. And one of the things I said was that my baby died before she was born. But I had to acknowledge her. She was my baby. She was a life and she died. But it just happened before she was born. That was my baby. And I want to let you know that you may not understand again, but do what you have to do in order to cope. For some, let's say if someone had a stillbirth, that's still their baby. Bury your baby. Bury your baby. Do have a funeral for your baby because your baby exists. Your baby had a spirit and a soul just like you. Your baby was not a mistake. Your baby was not a freak of nature or nothing like that. For whatever reason, with God's infinite wisdom, that baby time, had come. That baby was not to live a full life. I don't understand why. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell you. Yes, I was angry. I was so angry. I was angry at God, and I will admit it. I've already admitted to Him, and if I've asked for forgiveness, I know He's forgiven me already. But I went through it. I was mad. I could not understand. I'm like, God, you knew this was going to happen. Why did you allow me to conceive this baby if I was going to lose the baby? That's how I felt. I still don't have a full answer to that. But God doesn't owe me an explanation. But I had to get through that. I had to get through that. Okay? Ask God to heal your heart, to heal your mind, to heal your spirit, to heal your soul, and to carry you and to hold you and continue to to grip you, not to let you go because you're angry. And ask Him to heal that anger. He can and He will. God bless you. This is Carla Wynix with today's inspiration.